yet. I'm waiting to see if people will get on, but that's not what's important. Um, Eventually, hopefully, people will see this, especially once it's posted. All right. So last time I did one, it wasn't loud enough. So I'm trying to hope that this one is loud enough. I'm trying to talk louder. I've just come to the revelation or the realization that it's time. And when I say it's time, my wife and I used to have some discussions about our issues as a culture, and more specifically, my feelings and issues and things that I've encountered throughout my life as a black man. And she told me after this one incident that I needed to start a forum or start a group and just have some guys come over, see what it would develop into or however I wanted to do it. And this was some years back, because my son was probably about 8 years old at the time that this incident happened, just so we as black men would have a place that we could discuss our problems, discuss the things that we face, cry if you need to, slam things if you need to, whatever it may be. But so I'm going to go ahead now, and I've been thinking a lot about her since she's passed and all the stuff that's going on. So I'm going to take a leap of faith and try to get started with this. And I'm going to call it Front Porch Discussions because as black people, genetically, we're communal. And things taking place on the front porch happened a lot when I was growing up. You know, whether it was your grandmother selling peas with her friends, Mr. Charlie, whoever pulling up, just hopping out of the truck and coming and talking to everybody that's on the porch and then going on about his way. You know, that's part of what was happening down south. Ladies braiding hair on the front porch. I mean, as black people, we even get bold enough to do cookouts in the front yard. So we're utilizing the front porch. If you're black and you live in a city, you know, a lot of things take place on the front stoop. So people sit out on the stoop, which is their front porch. So that's why I'm going to call this Front Porch Discussions. So now to get into the incident that happened to me. And it lets us know that no matter how much we strive in life and what we achieve and where we go, how many degrees we acquire, how much money we acquire, at the end of the day, if something happens, especially if you're involved in something or accused of something, society looks at us as just another black man. You know, Michael Jackson was accused of a lot of things. I can't say if they were true or not. He was just, at the end of the day, he was a black man. You know, O.J. Simpson had some things take place, and he was America's darling. But then he touched a white woman, and he was just another black man. I won't use the N-word. So on this particular day, it was after my wife and I moved over into the neighborhood that we're in now, which is predominantly white neighborhood. Different from the neighborhood I grew up in, different from what I'm used to. So it was a teacher work day. I was a teacher at Southern High School here in Durham, and I told my kids I was going to take them to the park. There's a park here that everybody utilizes. A very nice park. You know, they got artificial turf out there, baseball fields, playground area, soccer field, all of that. It's very nice, well manicured, well taken care of, a big shelter. You can cook out there. Families use it all the time. So we go to the barber shop, and I get a haircut. After the haircut, we're in my truck, and I'm taking them to the park. Once I get to that park, I notice that there are 3 white women there with their kids. So obviously they were stay-at-home moms. I guess they were fortunate. Maybe their husbands had nice jobs or whatever. And so as we were pulling up, I noticed that, and I kept past the playground area and went around. It's like a circle to come back out. And my kids were like, Daddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm thinking to myself, I ain't stopping there with these white women. Not now. But as parents, as we know, we want to keep promises that we give our kids. And I promised them that I was going to take them there. And I teach my kids that a few things they need to live by and live on. And one of them is their word. It's who they are and where they come from. Being loyal and having integrity. So at that moment, I had a decision. Either I could not be that example of those things, or I could be that example, and then let's see how this thing plays out. So as I came back around the circle, I went ahead and parked, and I happened to be on the phone with my mom. So as I get out of the truck, I let them out first. Y'all get out. Go ahead and go play, join, grab your sister's hand, take care of her, watch her. As they hop out and they head towards the playground, my windows were tinted, so the women really couldn't see me yet. The kids started to play. Nobody moved. Everything was fine. As I got out of the truck, now mind you, I had on Tim's, jeans, and a hoodie, which is my comfortable and usual uniform. I get out and I start up the sidewalk towards the shelter so I could sit down and watch the kids play. And as I was talking to my mom, I just told her on the phone. I said, these ladies gonna leave. They're gonna leave. And no sooner than I got that out of my mouth, they started packing. They didn't even talk to each other. I couldn't even tell if they were there together. They didn't even talk to each other. There was no eye contact, no anything. They just started packing their kids up, packing their stuff up, and leaving. Now, if they had left the park, that to me was okay. That's what usually happens. But they added a little insult to it. Instead of just leaving, they packed their kids up and went out into the outfield of the baseball field. So basically that's what they were saying to me is, we just don't want to be around be around you. Definitely, probably not black people, but definitely not a black man. I don't know if they saw me as a criminal, as a monster, what have you. But I was just there. I pay taxes. I pay a mortgage. I live in the houses right around here where they live. So nothing in that sense was different. Only thing was different is I'm a black male, and a black male with some Tim's jeans and a hoodie. So with these front porch discussions, at least with this first one, I just want every black male that sees this, hears this, and watches this to take time today, tomorrow, the next day, go live or do a video, post it on social media about an incident that you've incurred, or one incident. You don't have to go through all of them, because we're going to continue this. There are going to be some other topics and other things we talk about, and we're going to expose these incidents. I feel if I share this through my network, if those of you out there watching it, share it through your network, share your video through your network, then hopefully we'll start a snowball effect of exposing all of these incidents and all of this unfair treatment and biases, so on and so forth, that we have going on in our country and across the world in a lot of instances. And maybe to open the eyes of some people just don't realize what they're doing when they do it. Some people say, oh, that's not real, it doesn't happen. That's because it hasn't happened to them. But if they start seeing this happening to so many people, we can start peeling back some of that stuff away from that eye so they can see what's going on. And it's going to give us as black men a place that we can come together and express how we feel, talk about how we feel, and support one another. So again, I encourage every black male that sees this, no matter your age, to go live, do a video, use the hashtag front porch discussions, and share this through your networks, through your organization and your chapters, whatever that may be, through your church, your motorcycle clubs, football teams, everything, and encourage every black male you know to jump on board, and let's make this thing a big forum and a platform where we can all speak and be heard. Okay, so again, front porch discussions, that's this Thursday. I'll probably be back out here on the front porch again next Thursday doing one. Next Thursday, I'm going to have my son with me because he had a very, very traumatic experience and something that could have been very, very life-threatening, and we really could have been reading about him, and when I showed up, about me in the news, like we're reading about these other brothers that have had their life taken or have been injured for no reason. My son's situation was very, very unfortunate, and I don't understand, or I know why they did what they were doing, but it was uncalled for. So he'll be with me next week. So front porch discussions, black men, let's come together. Let's talk about things that have happened to us throughout our lives. Let's share some experiences. Black women, give us your support. Share this with black men that you know. Share this with the sisters that you know. Our Caucasian brothers and sisters. I'm not going to leave y'all out because everybody's not good and everybody's not bad. And in this instance, your voice needs to be heard as well in support of what's taking place because you can get into places that we can't get into. You can speak to people that